So in this video, we are going to learn how to update email of WooCommerce customer when email of Mailchimp subscriber is updated. Now suppose guys you are a WooCommerce store owner and you are using Mailchimp as an email marketing application. Now you want that whenever the subscribers or the contacts which you have in Mailchimp, their email address is changed or updated, you want to add that same email address updates or changed email address and update them into your WooCommerce customer list as well. For example, there is a user named as A, and that has a particular email address in Mailchimp and WooCommerce as well. But the email address of the users is changed or it is updated, then you want to add those same updates in WooCommerce. But the manual process of applying updates into different platforms can be very much repetitive and time consuming. So in this video, we are going to see how you can automate this. So in this automation, whenever the email address of the subscriber or the contact will be changed in Mailchimp, automatically the same user, the same customer's email address will be updated or changed in WooCommerce as well. So how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on my Mailchimp account. Now we want that whenever the email address of any of my contact in my Mailchimp account is changed, I want to update the same email address or the new email address of the person as a customer who is added in my WooCommerce account. So all the customers of my WooCommerce account are now added basically in my Mailchimp account. And whenever the email address is changed in my Mailchimp account, I want to add the updated email address, the changed email address to the WooCommerce database of customer as well. So to do this, we have to connect our Mailchimp account with WooCommerce. And here guys, we are going to use Pabbly Connect to make this connection. So Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration platform. And here you can see that we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. After reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Mailchimp to WooCommerce. And then just click on Create. Just a second. It's Mailchimp. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first, we have to connect our Mailchimp account with Pabbly Connect in such a way that whenever the email address of any of our contact or subscriber is changed in Mailchimp, automatically the details of that email address change should be received inside Pabbly Connect. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to update the email address of that same user, that same subscriber in our WooCommerce account as well, who is added as a customer in our WooCommerce account. We are going to update the new email address to that user's account as well. So let's see how it is done. Now here in trigger window, in choose app, search for Mailchimp. Just select it. And then in trigger event from the drop down, select the trigger event as email address changes. After selecting this trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Mailchimp account with Pabbly Connect and get the details of all the users whose email address is being changed in our Mailchimp account. So here guys, you must be thinking how we are going to connect our Mailchimp account with Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL. So guys, we just have to follow the help text given below over here. Copy this webhook URL from here and then just go to the dashboard of your Mailchimp account. After coming to a Mailchimp account, go to audience section. And then after coming to this audience section, on the right side under this manage audience drop down, go to settings. After coming to the settings page, here you can see another drop down named as settings, and from this drop down, click on webhooks. After clicking on webhooks, here you can see that you have reached to this webhooks page of Mailchimp. Click on create new webhook button. And then here after that, here it is asking us callback URL. Now here in callback URL, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. After pasting this webhook URL, the next thing it asks us what type of update should we send. So Mailchimp is asking us that what type of update we want Mailchimp to send to Pabbly Connect. So here guys, we want to get the updates of email changed. So select email changed over here and unselect all the other options from here. Then it is asking us only send update when a change is made by, and here we have to select all the three options. After this, just click on save. And when we click on save, we will see this webhook URL is added in our Mailchimp account. And now whenever the email address of any of the subscriber or contact is changed in our Mailchimp account, the details of that changes will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And here guys, we have to do the same. We have to receive a test response, a dummy response from Mailchimp of an email address being changed. So first, click on this recapture webhook response button inside Pabbly Connect. And it has now changed to waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response, some details from Mailchimp of a new email address being changed. So we will go to our Mailchimp account and we will go to this all contacts page. Now here guys, in all contacts page, you can see there is the contact named as dummy user. This is the name of the subscriber. And here guys, you can see this is the email address of that particular subscriber. And you will see a customer with the same name and email address is also added in my WooCommerce account. So we'll go to a WooCommerce account, we'll go to the customer section, and we are going to search for this particular customer. And yes, here you can see that dummy user, this user is added as a customer in my WooCommerce account. And here guys, you can see that we have the same email address over here. Now what we are going to do, we are going to change the email address of this person in our Mailchimp account. And using this automation, we want the same email to be updated on our WooCommerce account. So here guys, we are going to change the email address, click on this edit profile information, and let's change the email address. For example, demo124@pabblytudes.com. This is the updated email address. Click on save changes. And we will see the email address of this customer, this contact in Mailchimp is now updated. Now here in Pabbly Connect, we will see instantly, immediately, we will get this response. And in this response, you will get the details of the user whose email address is just now changed in our Mailchimp account. So here you can see the old email address in response in front of old email address. You can see the date and time, that at what date and time the email address was changed. And here you can see the new email address, that what is the changed updated new email address of that contact. So in this way, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully received the details of the user of the contact whose email address is being changed in our Mailchimp account inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, what we want to do, we want to update this same email address of this WooCommerce customer as well, of this user in our WooCommerce account as well. But before doing that, what we have to do, we have to search for that particular customer on our WooCommerce account using this old email address. Like we will search for that customer in our WooCommerce account using the old email address. And after that, we are going to update the email address of that customer. So let's see how it is done. Just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, search for WooCommerce. Just select it. And then in Action Event from the drop down, select the action event as Search Customer by Email. So here you have an option of Retrieve a Customer by Email. Just select it and click on Connect. Select Add New Connection. Now here guys, in this action window, we have to connect our WooCommerce account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the consumer key, consumer secret, and website URL of our WooCommerce account. Now here you must be thinking how you can get all of these details. So you just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just go to your WooCommerce account, and after coming to your WooCommerce account, here guys what you have to do, you have to go to the settings section. After coming to the settings page, just go to advanced. And then here just go to this REST API section. And here at this REST API section, you can see a list of all the API keys which we have generated in our WooCommerce account. Click on this Add Key button. And then here guys, what we have to do, we have to give this key a name. For example, I want to name it as test key. This is the name, this is the user, and what will be the permission. So here guys, in permission from the drop down, select read/write and click on Generate API Key button. Now when we click on Generate API Key, here you can see that the consumer key and consumer secret of a WooCommerce account is received in front of us. Just copy this consumer key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. After this, copy the consumer secret as well, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here too. After doing this, it is asking us for the website URL. That what is the website URL of our WooCommerce store. So to get the website URL, just log into your WooCommerce store, and here guys, from this URL section, you just have to copy this URL from here, go to Pabbly Connect and then paste it over here. After pasting this, just click on save. Now when we click on save, you can see that we have successfully connected our WooCommerce account with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, it is asking us for the email. That what is the email address of the customer whose details we want to retrieve. So we want to retrieve the details of this particular customer using this old email address which we have received from Mailchimp. So what we have to do, we have to map this response of old email address over here in this field of email. Just click here and from the drop down from Mailchimp responses, select the response of old email and map it over here. After mapping the old email, here it is asking us for the role. That what will be the role of this particular user, this particular customer. So from the drop down, select customer and then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see that in response, we have received all the details of this particular customer from our WooCommerce account. Here you can see the first name, last name, the role, the username of the person, the address which they have entered while placing the order on a WooCommerce store, the mobile number and all the other details. So in this way, the step 2 of setting up this automation is also completed. Here guys, we have successfully retrieved the details of the customer whose email address we have to update from WooCommerce. And in this same response, you can see the ID, the customer ID of this particular customer as well. Now let's move to the final step. And in the final step, what we have to do, we want to update the email address of this particular customer in WooCommerce. And to do this, just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button. And here in Choose App, once again search for WooCommerce. Just select it. And then in the drop down, we have to select the action event over here. So the action event is Update Customer because we want to update the details of a customer. We are going to select Update Customer as the action event. Then just click on Connect. And because we have connected our WooCommerce account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection. You can select the existing connection and click on Save. Now after clicking on Save, here you can see that our WooCommerce account will get connected with Pabbly Connect once again. Now here guys, after making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the customer ID. That who is the customer? What is the customer ID of that person whose email address we want to update? So here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the customers which we have in our WooCommerce account. But guys, we don't have to select the customer. In the previous step, using this search customer by email, here in response, we have received the unique ID, the customer ID of that particular customer over here. So from this response, we are going to map this customer ID who was having this old email address, and for the same customer, we are going to update the new email address. And to map that data over here, just turn this mapping button on, clear this response, and from the drop down from WooCommerce, retrieve a customer by email responses, select this response of ID and map it over here. So whoever will be the customer who will be having the old email address which was updated in our Mailchimp account, to the same person, to the same customer, we will be updating the new email address. After mapping the customer ID, it is asking us for the email. So here guys, in this email section, we have to map the new email address which we have received from Mailchimp, which was changed. So here from this responses of Mailchimp, we are going to map this response of new email over here. Just click here from the drop down of Mailchimp, select and map the email. After this, it is asking us first name, last name, username, and all the details of this particular customer which we want to update. So what we want to do, using this action step of retrieve a customer by email, we have received all of these details of a customer. So from this action step, one by one, we are going to map all of these details over here. Like here in the drop down, we are going to map the first name in the field of first name, map the last name over here. Then here it is asking us for the username. So this is the username, map it. Then it is asking us for the password. So we haven't received the response of password, so let's ignore it. Then it is asking us for the billing first name, so map those details as well, like billing last name. Here it is. Then it is asking us for the company, so here is the response of company, address line 1. Here it is. So in this way, all the details which we have received, we have to one by one map all of these details over here. So from the drop down, map the city to. Here it is. Then it is asking us billing state. So from the drop down, select the state. Here it is. Then postcode. So basically we have received all of these details from the previous step, and in the next step we have to map it. So here guys, I'm not mapping all the other details, the rest of the details. You can map it if you want according to your requirement. And after mapping all of these details, what we have to do, we just have to scroll down and click on this Save and Send Test Request button. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the customer whose customer ID we have mapped over here, basically the same customer who was having this old email address which was updated in Mailchimp, is now updated, and we have updated the email address of that customer to the new email address which we have added to the contact in Mailchimp. So let's check it guys. We'll go to our WooCommerce account, we'll go to the customers page, and we'll check the details of that particular customer. And yes guys, here you can see that demo user's email address has been changed, has been updated in our WooCommerce account. So this is the new email address demo124@pabblytudes.com, the same email address which we have added to the contact to the subscriber in Mailchimp. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever a new email address will be changed in our Mailchimp account, the email address of that same customer will also be updated in our WooCommerce account as well. So guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once in real time. So here guys, in my Mailchimp account, I have a customer named as test user. Let me show you. Okay, so this is a contact, this is a subscriber named as test user, and this is the email address of that subscriber. And here guys, in my WooCommerce account, you can see the same user, the same subscriber as customer, test name, and this is the email address. And we are going to change or update the email address of this customer, this contact in our Mailchimp account. So let's change it. So the current email address is test1010@pabblytudes.com. And we are going to make or change this email address to realtimetest1@pabblytudes.com. Click on Save Changes. Now here guys, just now we have changed the email address of this contact in Mailchimp. And we will see within seconds, automatically, the email address of the same customer which was added in our WooCommerce store will also be changed. So right now the email address is this. Now let's refresh this contacts page 1, this customer page once at our WooCommerce account. And yes guys, here you can see that the same user named as test name has changed the email address. The email address of this user is changed to realtimetest1@pabblytudes.com, the same updated email address which we have added to the contact in Mailchimp. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever the email address of a contact will be changed in Mailchimp, automatically the email address of that same contact which was added as a customer in WooCommerce will also be changed. It will be also updated. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.